Beyond the Gate spoilers, Marcel helps Leslie move past Ted? Beyond the Gate spoilers imply that there's something interesting going on between Detective Marcel Malone, Daryl W. Handy, and Leslie Thomas, Tricia Mangrant. So, can the cop help the schemer finally get over Ted Richardson, Keith D. Robinson? Leslie Thomas's obsession. Beyond the Gate spoilers remind fans that while the CBS soap is less than a year old, Leslie has been obsessed with Ted for years, decades even. She successfully managed to ruin his marriage to Nicole Dupree, Daphne Duplay, and placed a wedge between him and his daughter, Catherine Cat Richardson, Colby Natasha Nixon. Leslie has been relentless in her pursuit of Ted, despite his multiple rejections. Ted might care for Leslie, as she's the mother of his other daughter, Eva Thomas, Amber Michelle. He may even still be attracted to her, but he doesn't want a relationship with her. Her dream of them finally living out there, happily ever after, and becoming a family with Eva is just that, a dream. Will she ever move past her teddy bear obsession? The Marcel Malone factor. Marcel and Leslie have been running into each other a lot. They've also been flirting up a storm. The only major red flag with Marcel is that, like her relationship with Ted many moons ago, the detective is married. While it would be nice for Leslie to move on from her ex and baby's daddy, she'd be replacing one unhealthy romance with another. Leslie is definitely a villainess on all accounts, although fans have seen a softer side to her lately. While she's used her newfound wealth for some bad, she has also tried to use it for good. Plus, how she's caring for her adoptive mom, Peaches, Arl Michelle, is heartwarming, not to mention how she paid for someone's medical bills. In addition, Leslie was open to starting a foundation when Eva suggested it and helping out Samantha Richardson, Nudja Jackson, with her project. Is Leslie all that bad? If she is, don't bad girls deserve love, too, from someone who isn't a married man? Will Marcel help Leslie move past from Ted? Watch the CBS Soap Daily for all the Fairmount Crest drama and visit CTS regularly for the hottest Beyond the Gates news, updates, and spoilers. Leslie had always believed grief came in waves, but after Ted died, it felt more like an undertow, quiet, dragging, relentless. In the weeks following the memorial, she had done the expected things, answered the calls, accepted the casseroles, nodded through condolences that felt rehearsed and hollow. But now, 3 months later, her house hummed with the low, constant noise of absence. Ted's coat still hung by the door. His favorite mug sat on the top shelf in the kitchen, face of a cartoon owl staring at her accusingly. She told herself she'd sort through his things soon, but soon had become a word without meaning. The trouble was, every time she reached for the doorknob of their bedroom closet, she heard his voice, warm, amused, alive, and she froze. Tonight was supposed to be different. It wasn't, of course. She lay on the couch wrapped in the same blanket they used to share during weekend movie marathons. The TV screen was paused mid-frame, illuminating the living room with a bluish glow. Her hand dangled off the side of the couch, fingertips brushing the hardwood. A wine glass, half empty, waited on the coffee table. A sharp knock echoed from the front door. Leslie sat up, alarm skittering through her chest. It was nearly 10 p.m. She wasn't expecting anyone. Another knock. Firmer this time. Leslie? A muffled voice. It's Marcel. Her breath caught. She hadn't heard that name in years. She pushed the blanket aside, smoothing her hair more from instinct than care, and opened the door. There he was. He hadn't changed much, his tall frame, his sun-browned skin, the perpetual slightly mischievous look in his eyes. His dark curls were flecked with a few strands of silver, but on him it looked intentional, almost rakish. He wore a worn leather jacket and carried a backpack slung over one shoulder. He smiled gently. Hi. Leslie blinked. Marcel? What are you doing here? How did you even? I heard about Ted, he said softly. I'm sorry. The words punched air from her lungs. She swallowed hard. You came all the way here because of that? He tilted his head. I came because you didn't answer any of my messages. I got worried. She stepped aside. Sorry. Come in. Marcel walked in slowly, taking in the room without obvious scrutiny, though she sensed he noticed everything. the pile of unopened mail, the half-finished puzzle on the dining table, the dust on the shelf where Ted kept his model trains. As she closed the door, Marcel set his backpack down and turned to face her fully. His expression was softer now, stripped of humor. "You look exhausted," he said gently. "I'm fine." It came out sharper than intended. Marcel didn't flinch. He nodded once, accepting the lie without calling it out directly. "Fine," he echoed. "Then let's talk." Leslie wrapped her arms around herself. "About what?" "The gates," he said. Her throat tightened. "You're kidding," she whispered. "No," Marcel said quietly. "I'm not." Once, long before she met Ted, she and Marcel had crossed boundaries, metaphysical ones. Their university research group, half academic experiment, half illicit enthusiasm, had been obsessed with the idea of liminal spaces, thresholds that seemed to hum with energy, places that felt more alive than others. They called them the gates. Doorways, tunnels, abandoned buildings at twilight, places that felt like their own ecosystems. Places where, if you stepped through at just the right moment, reality bent in small ways. Odd lights. Voices on the edge of hearing. Memories that didn't belong to you. She and Marcel had been the most successful in the group, their explorations yielding strange, often breathtaking phenomena. Floating motes of light, rooms where gravity seemed lighter, corridors where whispers curled around you like smoke. But they had stopped after the incident. The two of them had walked through a ruined stone arch deep in an old forest, and something had followed them back. Something that watched. Something that whispered. After that, they swore to leave the gates alone. Leslie hadn't thought about any of it in years. Now Marcel was here, saying the word like it was yesterday. She steadied herself. "No. Marcel, don't start this again. Whatever you think." "I think you're stuck," he said simply. Her pulse hammered. "What is that supposed to mean?" "It means Ted's gone," Marcel said gently, "but you haven't let yourself walk past the moment of his death. You keep circling the same thoughts, the same memories, the same pain. You're orbiting a star that burned out." Her eyes stung. "And," she whispered, "and I know a gate that can help." The air seemed to thicken around them. A bitter laugh escaped her. "Marcel, you think I can walk through a mystical doorway and suddenly heal something like this?" "No," he said. "I think you walk through it, and it helps you let go of the part of you that's holding the grief like it's all you have left." Her shoulders sagged. "I don't want to forget him,"